How's it going, everybody? So in this video we're going to talk about some of the myths and some of the things that you should be avoiding when it comes to health, fitness and nutrition and fat loss in general. So the first myth that we're going to cover today is carbohydrates make you fat. So the thing is, there's no singular nutrient, there's no singular food, there's no singular food group that instantly just turns into fat as soon as you eat it. A Snickers bar, you don't just consume it and it finds its way through your digestive system and then just turns into a blob of fat and just sits itself on your stomach. That's not what happens in the body. It's not about what you eat, it's about how much you eat. Specifically, how many calories you eat. So if you're gaining fat, it's not because you're eating carbs, it's because you're eating too much food altogether and you're not doing enough physical activity. This places you on something called a calorie surplus. So a calorie surplus essentially means that you're consuming more calories than your body needs. And what your body does with those extra calories is stores it as body fat. So it's not carbs that are the problem. In fact, carbohydrates are amazing. They're what I like to call the team player of the nutrients. So you've got your protein and you've got your dietary fat. These are essential nutrients and they have specialist jobs in the body. Dietary fat is important for maintaining good health. It helps with hormone control. It helps with the absorption of specific vitamins in the body. And then you've got protein, which is essential for growth, essential for repair of every cell in the body. Carbohydrate allows those two nutrients to function at their best. Carbohydrate comes in and it's your body's preferred source of energy. If you have carbohydrate in the body, your body is going to look to use carbohydrate before any other nutrient. If you do not have carbohydrate in the body, then your body is forced to break down protein and fat for energy. The problem there is that protein and fat are no longer concentrating on what they specialize in. In many ways, you're not using those nutrients efficiently. And that's what carbohydrates do. They come into the body and just allow everything to work more efficiently. So in answer to, do carbohydrates make you fat? It's a big fat no. They do not make you fat. Too many calories, not doing enough physical activity, that will result in fat gain. Carbohydrates are an amazing nutrient that you need to be consuming. Just a disclaimer, there is one type of carbohydrate that you should be avoiding, which are refined carbohydrates. So these are processed sugars, things like sweets, pastries, the kind of stuff that we know is not good for us. These are the guys that you should be avoiding. They don't make you fat, but they're not good for your health. So next up, crash dieting. Okay, when I say crash dieting, I mean consuming 1,000 calories or less than 1,000 calories, 1,200 calories. Personally, in 10 years of working with thousands of clients as a PT or online, I've never had to put someone on less than 1,400 calories for them to lose fat. Okay? But crash dieting, I'm going to talk about 1,000 calories, 1,200, less than that. Okay? Are you going to lose fat if you're doing a crash diet? Yes, you are going to lose fat. Are you just going to lose fat? No, you're going to lose muscle, 100%, especially if you're on less than 1,000 calories per day. You better say goodbye to that muscle because it is going, okay? Your body is going to eat everything it can in order to survive. And when you are eating so few calories, your body ends up eating itself. Yes, you're going to lose fat, but you're going to lose muscle. So from an aesthetic perspective, this is one of the reasons that people that do crash dieting on a regular basis or long term usually don't look too healthy. They will usually look fatigued. They looked a little washed out. It's because they're not getting all the nutrients they need in order to support muscle maintenance and in order to support general health as well. Your health is not going to be an optimal level if you're consuming so few calories. And people that do crash diets will often get quite ill in the process. Another thing with crash dieting is that if you're looking to improve fitness, improve strength, it's just not going to happen. The nutrients aren't there. The energy isn't there in order for you to improve in exercise performance. It's just not going to happen. And lastly, one of my worst things with crash dieting is that you don't learn anything in the process. You learn nothing. You might get to where you want to be in terms of body fat percentage. Okay? You might think, oh, you know, I look all right now. But from then on, you're not going to know what to do with yourself. I get so many clients coming to me coming to me saying, I've been doing this crash diet, I've done skinny coffee, I've done skinny tea, I lost a lot of fat, and then I put it all back on again. It's because you don't learn anything in the process. You learn how to live, or you learn to cope with 1,000 calories, but when it comes to maintenance, you just don't know what to do. How do you maintain that level of body fat? You just don't know what to do. And that's where people normally enter a really bad cycle of going on and off, on and off, on and off, crash dieting. So to sum up crash dieting, don't do it. It's rubbish, okay? In my experience, I've never seen anyone that needs to consume less than 1,400 calories in order to lose fat. If you are consuming 1,400 calories and you're still not losing fat, it probably means that you need to do some more physical activity. So the next myth that I'm gonna bust: weight training is for building muscle and cardio is for fat loss. You don't know how much I hate this myth. I hate it. Okay, one part of that statement is correct. Weight training does lead to building muscle if you're doing it properly, if you're lifting heavy, if the intensity is there, and also if your diet is in the right place. You need to be consuming enough protein, and your calorie consumption as a whole needs to be decent. However, when it comes to fat loss, as we have touched on before, it's not about what you do, it's about how many calories you're consuming. You can be losing fat doing no exercise at all, if you wanted to. You won't improve in your fitness levels, you won't get stronger. That's what exercise brings to the table, but you can still lose fat. You can lose fat by getting your calories on point and being in a calorie deficit. Yes, it's correct. 9 times out of 10, cardiovascular exercise will burn more calories. However, something that people often forget about with weight training is that whilst you probably won't burn as many calories in comparison to cardio during the actual workout, if you're weight training properly, if you're lifting heavy, then during recovery, in which your muscles are recovering, you are going to continue burning calories in a good amount, as long as that training session was a good one. On top of this, the long-term benefits of weight training when it comes to the speed of your metabolism cannot be matched by that of cardio. If you're weight training properly, if your diet is on point and you're gaining muscle, this will increase the speed of your metabolism. Think of it as a more powerful engine needing more fuel. That's exactly how the human body works. If it's more powerful, if you have more muscle, you're going to need more fuel. You're going to need more calories, and your metabolism is going to increase. So if you're looking in the long term, then building muscle and weight training are a fantastic way of encouraging fat loss and also maintaining that fat loss in the long term. On top of that, weight training is great for aesthetics. Okay? No one wants to be skinny. Everyone wants to be, they want to lose fat, but they want to look defined. You want to look like you've got shape to your body. That's what weight training brings to the table. That is different to cardio. So the final myth that I'm going to cover is that eating too late in the evening results in that food turning straight to fat. Okay? So the theory behind this is that if you eat too late in the day and then you're going to sleep, basically your body is taking in all this energy and it's not using it because you're sleeping, and instead that food just turns straight to fat. It's stored as fat. But I'm going to prove this wrong. It doesn't matter when you eat your meals. The timing of meals just doesn't matter. It's total calorie consumption. Meal timing just affects when fat loss is going to occur. It doesn't affect how much fat loss occurs. So, does it matter if you eat a meal at 9 o'clock at night? No, it doesn't. A 400 calorie sandwich eaten at 3 p.m. in the afternoon is going to have the same impact on your body than a 400 calorie sandwich eaten at 10 o'clock at night. It's exactly the same. So that's another myth busted. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did enjoy it, if you did find it useful, please share it around. It really helps me out a lot. If you've got any questions, leave them in the comments. I will try to answer them. Apart from that, take care and see you soon.